Japan today has been eliminated from the World Cup by Brazil. Hi, what a pity, right? Because I like, of course, Brazil, but Japanese are really special people because, I think that they have been the only people in the stadium who have cleaned everything, every seat, every piece of rubbish. They have cleaned everything, all the rubbish eliminated. So I truly believe that we should learn from this culture of these people, because if if they do it so well, it is if they do that is for teaching us a lesson that it is not so difficult to do it, to clean all this rubbish and to do these hard things or these ugly things. And in Spain, I'm from Spain, so the typical stereotype, I think that is very similar to the Italian. We are like very friendly, happy. I think maybe I'm wrong, and you think that we are the worst people on planet. I don't know, but also a bit disaster. I like, how do you say in English? Let me think. Dirty. We are the streets, and sometimes everything is dirty. And it's true compared to the Japanese, because some stereotypes are true because of something. And I have been thinking about it, and if we see the mistakes or what it's not correct at every culture, you can see that we can complement each other, and we can learn and improve ourselves, our culture, our country, our world by the union of the countries, by the union of the Japanese effort of cleaning everything. Because imagine that everyone was like the Japan people. It would be like a perfect world without no rubbish. It would be really amazing if you think about it. And but what I have found at the Japanese culture is that they are very very distance. Like, they don't have many friendly near cercano is not weird. They are not very friendly at first, and as friends and at family, they keep a lot the distance. And in Spain is the opposite. So I truly believe that this contact human is essential, is very essential. I have here I have listened very many stories about Japan, but one story that I think that it represents all the this culture of social culture is that a Spanish boy who went to Japan uh, was like just talking and keep on talking to a random Japanese to help him to find something, or some things to do in Japan. And they like do a well connection, and the Spanish, he of course treat him really well with even hugs and some things like that. And here in Spain it's not very weird. No hugs, no hugs, just like pa pa, like the a middle hug and things like that that are not very strange in Spain. And in between us, between young people, it is not very weird. But for the Japanese, it meant everything. Like everything. He thought that this Spanish guy was the best person that he has uh, met in his entire life. And it was, to listen to that, it was very preocupante. Understand? Worrying, because it is really sad that these people are so isolated, really isolated. And it is sad because we are social humans, social species, and we are persons. Joder, fuck, we are just normal people who and who wants to meet each other in a deeper level. But I'm not saying that we should be like, I understand that we have to keep distance, but at this level is very harmful, very harmful, because you can't live well in that situation. They made an experiment, a very famous experiment, and they found that the best quality life of people, it was no money, no power, no jobs, well food. Well, it also influence everything, but the most important factor by far away, it was the social relationships. The people who were surrounded by the best people, the best friends, it was the happiest person. So happy depends on our relationships with our friends, our family, and everything, of course. It is true that maybe with no correct alimentation, food, no correct food, is much more difficult to live a well life. But the most important factor to live a happy life, it was our friends, our relationships. And Japan has a very big problem of socializing because another research that made Japan, it was that they are not having enough babies to keep on the country alive. So to keep on the country continues. It is true that it is happening in all the entire world, in Spain also, but in Japan it's like 4+3 or 5. It is crazy. They have really serious problems. And I think, it is because of this. And I think that Spanish people should learn from Japan people, and Japan people from Spanish people, and somehow reach to this utopia, this perfect world that I think sometimes that we should try to make. I know it's very, very difficult, but imagine if German people learn from Spanish people, Spanish from Japan, Italia, United States, London, sorry, Great Britain, and all these, every country, like these stereotypes. I am saying this because of the classical stereotypes. Imagine learn from each stereotype, so it would be like the perfect life, the perfect reality. So just this, I wanted to share you this, my thoughts, and I hope that I have made some mistakes, English mistakes, but I feel that I have expressed me everything that I wanted to say. So we must learn from the organized German culture, the Japan culture, the Italian, United States, each one because of their values and their positive things to complement each other and finally live a life that truly matters. I Sorry, it's very late and I can't think in English. I'm still learning, okay? I'm still improving bit by bit. Like I'm learning to death, like the Japan, with the discipline of Japanese and with the motivation of the United States, like the motivation to success, to the American dream, and the organization of a German, and the socialization with friends of Spanish culture and the uh, humor, humor, and one last word. Ah, no, I can't say it in English. The desenvolverse. Good night. Sorry.